Democrats hoping for a miracle on Election Day, 11 days from today. Joining us now, Michigan State Senator and congressional candidate Tom Barrett. Tom, good morning. Great to have you with us. You are in a really tight race right now in Michigan. You're trying to basically flip a seat that is blue right now, red. There's been some redistricting. Take us through this race.
Sure. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me on today. I'm so excited. I mean, we're 11 days out from the most important midterm we've faced in generations. And your viewers feel that. We feel that here in Michigan. We are on the cusp of flipping this seat from blue to red, as you said, and take back a conservative majority in Congress this year. I'm currently in the state Senate under the redistricting. This new district absorbs virtually all of the area that I hold currently in the state Senate. And this is now one of the foremost competitive seats in the country. And for the last month has stood as the most expensive congressional race in all of America, almost $30 million being spent, the lion's share of that by my opponent, who is trying to preserve Nancy Pelosi's tenure as Speaker of the House and the Democrats' grip on America. We can't allow that to happen. We are in this race. We are in a dead heat right now in our polls. We just need the effort to get over the last hurdle. Folks who are watching can go to my website, tombarrettforcongress.com. Help us get over that final hump to get back to a conservative majority in Congress and finally hold the Biden administration accountable.
You know, I was reading the Detroit Free Press after Liz Cheney endorsed your opponent. Basically, they were saying this is a huge win for your opponent. I take the opposite view. I actually think it hurts your opponent and helps you more.
You're exactly right. And these establishment political figures like Elisa Slotkin, my opponent, and Liz Cheney, who's now coming to endorse her in a desperate attempt to, get Elisa Slotkin across the finish line and, again, preserve Nancy Pelosi's tenure as Speaker of the House and the Democrats' majority in Congress. We can't allow that to happen. I spent 22 years of my life in the Army. I committed my entire adult life to the Army. I get deployed to Iraq and, Liz Cheney's father's war. And what does she do? She turns around and endorses my opponent in this race against me. I've committed my whole adult life to the Army, deployed around the world, had some amazing opportunities and tremendous experiences, but I am not in favor of sending American troops to every single conflict around the world. And my opponent and Liz Cheney in the war hawks, apparatus in Washington, D.C., the establishment forces want to keep me from going to Congress. I say, Elisa Slotkin can keep Liz Cheney, and I'm going to try in my best to keep America out of foreign conflicts.
Well, thank you so much.
Elisa Slotkin wants war with China, and I want to keep American troops home. Again, please go to my website, tombarrettforcongress.com. We need to get over this final hump in 11 days.
Senator, we appreciate your service. Thank you for that. You represent a new generation of leaders in the Republican Party. You're central casting when it comes to that. This race in this district, this newly drawn 7th district in Michigan, Joe Biden barely won this. I think he won it by less than a point compared to Donald Trump. It's one of the most competitive races in the entire country. This will be a bellwether, too. I know Michigan, they vote and they count fast after the polls close there. So we might know the results of your race earlier on election night. What are the biggest issues to voters in Michigan right now?
Yeah, you're right. This is a bellwether district. It's one we absolutely critically have to win. The bellwether or the biggest issues that folks are talking about in my district are the cost of living challenges that families like mine are facing. My wife and I are raising 4 little kids here right in the heart of this district, and the cost of living, whether that's inflation at the grocery store or higher gas prices at the gas pump, families simply can't afford to live under Joe Biden and Elisa Slotkin and their policies.
Got it.
My opponents voted for every single runaway spending bill that Joe Biden has put before her. That's what's put us into this position that we're in. So it's the cost of living, it's gas prices, it's crime. I know you've been focusing a lot on that on your program today. Lansing, Michigan is the central geographic city in this district and reached the 9th most dangerous city position on the FBI violent crime list. And then we have a wide open border. Fentanyl overdose deaths are literally killing more Americans now than ever before in history and represent
no crooked establishment. None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They
let me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
for real people.